Dehancer reached out to me and asked if I would take a look at their software. They did provide the software at no charge. They are not sponsoring this video. I'm receiving no monetary compensation. All the views that I express will be my own, without any outside influence. They will not see this video until after it has already gone live.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to want to do is open up Dehancer. We can do that by going to their website, and you can actually just use it online. And there we go. And what you'll want to do is grab some photos from wherever you may store your photos, and you'll put them in here. Okay, so once you found a photo that you want to go ahead and work on, you can go ahead and upload it. Give it a moment to get uploaded in here. This kind of gives you an idea of what it's going to look like with the different film presets. And there's a whole lot to choose from. We kind of scroll through here. One that I kind of like, depending upon the picture and what you want to do with it, is some of these Kodak ones. So this is what it looks like. Now we can go ahead and start making some adjustments to it. Let's say we want to adjust the color. We can change up the color a little bit. What if we want to add some effects to it? Okay, we can increase the grain. See, it gives you a little bit more grain in here, makes it look a little more vintage. If you increase the bloom, you can see how this will affect it. Just a little subtle difference. And also, if you're going for a bit of a nostalgic look, you can adjust the vignette exposure. Now, that's a little too heavy, so I would say we could go ahead and back that off a little. Something along those lines. And you can also adjust the size of it here. But the exposure, let's see. Oh, went way too far. Okay, so let's take a look at it like right here, and let's adjust the vignette size. Now this is where you can start moving it out to the corners a little more. That might be a little too far. So we can still see a little darkness in the corners, and we still have the grainy pattern. We can also adjust the feathering so it kind of blends it more. And you go this way, it's sharper. Go this way, it blends it in quite a bit more. And you can't exactly see where it starts and ends. So we'll take a look at that. Now, we looked at the color already. Let's look at the lighting. So here's where we can adjust what that lighting might look like. Some of these are a little bright and some of these are a little dark. But again, it just kind of depends on the look you're going for. I think I'd like to go for something along these lines right here. I kind of like that. Now, we've looked at the lighting, we've looked at the color, we've looked at the effects. This is what the original looks like. And this is our adjustment. Original, adjustment. And of course, there's still more settings here. We can come in here, adjust the exposure some more, brighten it up, or bring it back down. It gives you a lot of control to really do a lot of tailoring to the shots. You can adjust the contrast, kind of washes it out a little bit. Go the other way, kind of darkens it up a little too much. We can come in here, adjust the temperature, a little too warm. Go the other way, a little too cool. Got to find that Goldilocks zone. Somewhere maybe around here. You can also do the tint. That's a negative. We go the other way, also a negative. Again, it's finding that Goldilocks zone, somewhere around there. And now let's boosting the color. Let's see what this was going to look like. That brings it out a little too much. That subdues it way too much. Somewhere right around there, I think looks okay. Now let's go ahead and go back and let's see what it originally looked like. That's the original. And this is what it looks like after we've made the adjustments. Again, it just gives you a different look. And that's with this preset. Again, as we saw, there's a lot of them. We can come back in here and see what other ones we might want to use. And there's a lot of them. Some that you're probably familiar with and some that you may not be. Let's see. I know there's another one in here that often gives pretty good results. I believe it might be this one. See, that doesn't look too bad. It's a little dark, but again, we're going for an effect, for a look. It doesn't have to be clinically perfect. Go in and we can adjust the lighting a little bit. As you see, lots of options to change the lighting, and it makes it really easy for you. Let's see. Let's try this one. Okay. Got pretty decent colors there. Now, let's look at the colors. Let's try this one. Not too bad. Let's add some effects to it. Drop the bloom. See what it's like without it. The one that I see the biggest difference in is always the grain. And again, this is what you're going to want to add if you want to make it look like the picture was taken with a film camera. So it'll have just a little bit of grain to it. And you can start to see it popping out. You can increase it some more. We have more grain. Maximize it. We have even more grain. Now, if we start clicking on some of these other options, just a slight difference. Again, it's just ever so slight. And then we'll go to the vignette. And again, this is all personal preference. There is no right, no wrong. I like to make the vignette a little bit larger. So like just to kind of darken it in the corners just a little bit, because I think it brings the focus more onto the subject. We'll kind of blend it a little better. And let's adjust the exposure. Something along those lines. Now let's see how it compares to the original. That's the original. And that's our finished product. This is just a quick example of some of the things that you can do with Dehancer. There is also a mobile app, and you can use that on your phone. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the Dehancer mobile app. Now, once you've got it installed on your phone, you can go ahead and open it. Click on Dehancer. And then we just need to choose a photo. And I'm going to go and choose one from my favorite model because she works for table scraps and belly rubs. You're going to see there's a watermark here because I don't have the license installed for the mobile app on this, but you do get at least to try it out and see what you think. So this is the original. It does give you other options. You can kind of move through here and see the different color options that are available. Let's kind of go for something that makes it look a little more vintage. Let's just go with this one because there's a big difference in how it looks. So we're going to choose that one. Okay, and there it's applied. And now we can come in here and start making some adjustments. And as you see, there's a lot of options in here. Let's see if we can brighten it up just a little bit. Okay. Let's add a little more color density to it. I think it's bringing out the color in her fur just a little bit, those orange highlights. And let's adjust impact. Okay, that looks good. And we can change the white point just a little bit, bring that down. Let's try expanding. We're going to go with a different color mode. All right. And then we can come in here and we can really get kind of granular and makes it a little too cool. But we could go just a little the other way just to kind of warm her up a little bit. And let's see what greens we can do. Nope, nope. Yeah, we'll bring that down just a tad also. How about the reds? We want a little bit of red because of the color of her fur. Adjust the tone of the shadows. And see, sometimes you got to push them to the extremes just to see what it's going to do. I kind of like that. Let's see what the mid-tones are going to do. Bring it right down to about right there. Let's try to bring up some highlights a little bit. Okay. Exposure is okay. The impact is okay. And see, that adjusts the grain. That's a little too much. That just makes it look like you had a really bad camera back in the day. Let's bring it down just a little. That increases the size of the grain a little too much. Let's make it a little finer. Let's see what we can do with the resolution. But as you can see, there are a ton. Oh, no, we don't want that. But there are a ton of options to really make it look the way you want it to look. And if you notice, it starts to put a little bit of dust on the picture. See? No dust, and look as I scroll over, it starts to add a little bit of dust here and there. You can also adjust the size of the dust. So now you can really see the dust. Let's see, this one will actually add the look of hair on the film. Add some scratches, increase the scale of the scratches. Let's see what we can do here. It is really neat how much you can get in here and really just make it your own. You can kind of dull it out just a little bit. There we go. This looks like something that you might have found in the shoebox up in the top of the closet. Not a picture that was actually taken just a couple of weeks ago. We can even crop it if we want to. Bring it into a little more focus, just her. You can make some adjustments on the aspect ratio. If you want to add this like to Instagram or something. And then when you want to save it, you can just come in here, give it whatever name you want. And now you've got it saved. No one is going to believe that this was taken with a nice camera, a good lens, fairly decent light, and more importantly, within the last couple of weeks. This looks like it's decades old. Dehancer really puts the power to manipulate your photos right in your hands and to do it very easily.
What do you think of Dehancer? Do you think it's something that could help you out? Maybe take your photography to the next level? Or at least give it a different look? Let me know in the comments down below what you think about it. And I do have affiliate links. There is no extra charge for you. However, it does help keep this channel going. There will be a discount code for Dehancer if you'd like to give it a try. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a great one, and we'll see you next time.
If you found some value in this video, I'd appreciate it if you would like it and subscribe and select notifications so you can be notified when I have a new video coming out. It just takes a second to do, and it helps this channel grow quite a bit.